Alright, it's cleanup day. So we've had this brush sitting here for at least a year and a half along our driveway. So I'm about to carry all this down and we'll start a fire this weekend. So
put your hand in my hand, darling, say go. Keep your eyes on the horizon, stay gold. All I need are your eyes, you're my arrow. Now we're running into the wild.
This is just a humongous hole. I imagine that the previous owner probably robbed some dirt from this area, which is fine, I guess. So yeah, we're just gonna add stumps in the hole to take up space, and then add dirt and mulch, and it'll be a beautiful area that we could plant stuff in. This makes me feel like I'm getting like a good deal, like something for free, because this is such a wasted spot on our property, and we haven't made any plans for this other than an orchard, so it just feels like I'm getting something for free. Plus it's right on the edge of our property line, so it just makes so much sense to do this right here so that it's not in the way, and yeah, it finally gets some purpose. All right, go for it. Bring the stumps. Bring me the stumps. Bud, do you like helping?
Yeah.
Mel, are you a big helper?
Yeah.
Do you love it? Do you like helping mom or dad better?
You.
You like helping me better?
Yeah.
That is big. Whoa. Whoa. There we go. Boom. Now that is a massive stump. After we cleaned up the old stumps and brush along the driveway, we decided to clear some more land right here. We want to have chickens again and think this would be a good spot for them.
It's a good day, we got sunlight we can't chase. We can see where it takes us, writing stories that shape us. It's a good time to find a little magic in the moonlight, all that we can discover in this sky full of wonder. We got everything beneath our feet, we see it all. Born for adventure, made to run free. Days we'll remember with the world to see. Always ready to run when the wild's calling. Ready to run and we won't stop. We were born for adventure. Born for adventure. Take a look now, we got everything we need to make our way out. We could follow the ocean, yeah, we could live in the moment. And every sunrise, looking out, we see it all with fresh eyes. There's a hope that you can take with the dawn of a new day. We got everything beneath our feet, we see it all. Born for adventure, made to run free. Days we'll remember with the world to see. Always ready to run when the wild's calling. Ready to run and we won't stop. We were born.
This is before we started clearing. Most of what we cleared was briars and small trees. We are so happy with how this turned out. We chose not to grade it, but to keep the natural slope, and once we're done burning all the brush, we plan to sow grass seed. Oh, I am happy and sad all at the same time.
I'm sad.
I am sad because we have this cleaning business, and this cleaning business is amazing. However, we are struggling and have struggled for a year to keep employees. And we just had our best one give their 2-week notice.
Yeah. Right after we had a great week of progress.
I mean, what I'm looking at right now is hard to believe, because when you buy a piece of raw land and you have dreams and you're working towards them, like, you know it'll happen one day, but when it actually starts to happen, it's hard to believe it.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh my gosh, this is actually going to happen. Like, I remember when we sold our chickens and how my heart was just broken. But here I am looking at this massive area and we're getting chickens, y'all. Like,
It's gonna happen.
oh my goodness, it's going to happen. So
Better than what we would have thought of.
it is so, and it's way bigger than
Way
I
bigger.
even realized. So it's happy, very happy, and it's also sad. But I know that we can figure it out. I know that we can find a solution. I know that we are not the only people out there struggling to keep employees. But when your heart is here, but your time has to be spent there, it can get a little sad.
Okay.
But this is awesome. Okay, so enough with being sad. We can choose to just be graceful with all of this and enjoy.
So look at this property.
This area here, to have it mulched, fenced, and netted, so that chicken house right behind Quinn there can house all of our birds and keep them safe all the time. But then all this area here, which is a lot. So with that area, we're just brainstorming how we can best use this land to feed our animals without using so much grain.
Yeah.
That's essentially what we're pondering.
That's a beautiful day.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's not cold today.
No, it's going to get up to 70 degrees
In February.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So we are just taking a walk this morning and we have some fun news.
What's the fun news?
The fun news is we hired somebody to work on our property once a week.
Yes. Yes, he's been here for 2 weeks now. Today's his third day.
Yeah.
Third day here, and he's sticking a lot of cuttings. So we have a lot of hardwood cuttings that we're just sticking in the sand, and he's just going to town. So so I'm super thankful that I have somebody to help.
Yeah.
So it also encourages me to get out of the house.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
that's
Yep.
good.
Being self-employed is like, you really have to motivate yourself to get stuff done. And since this is where we actually live, it gets a little complicated balancing time and managing family time and work time and play time even. So
Well, I'm deciding not to do house chores compared to getting work stuff done.
yeah,
I could go cut the grass, or I could go
Yeah.
build something, or
yeah. But by the time he gets done working out here, cutting grass is like, no, come hang out with me.
yeah.
Yeah. But we are super, super excited too, because we're still sorting through the scrap pile and getting tons of lumber to use for these sand beds. Quinn pulled this out of the pile yesterday, and that is a lot of lumber.
Yeah, it's a lot of good stuff.
And it's not perfect, but it's free because it's just the scraps from milling on our property. Like, that's absolutely amazing.
So we'll be able to use a lot of this.
Yeah, so much of it. So over here is the lumber that we intend on using eventually, but it has to dry for at least 6 months before we can treat it with anything. And we really want our propagation beds to last for a very long time, so we want to take the time to let it dry and paint them with outdoor paint and just preserve it as long as possible. But in the meantime, we still need to make money. Like, we have spent so much money just getting this thing up and going with the irrigation supplies, buying a tractor,
Buying plants.
Like, this is not an inexpensive endeavor that we've jumped into. And we knew that when we got into it, but you can never know exactly what something is going to cost you. Like, you can do your best to calculate it, but at the end of the day, like, you don't know 100% what it's going to cost you. And hiring our friend Jeffrey is another expense, and we're super thankful to have him and happy to pay it. It's just, you know, one more thing that
we're just not making money yet.
Not making money yet. So the scrap pile is a huge blessing because we can go ahead and start building, knowing that we're going to have to rebuild these beds at some point because it's just raw lumber.
Yeah.
It's not even been dried yet. Look at this happy little surprise in the middle of the woods.
Those are pretty.
This is so fun. It seems kind of funny to be so excited about dead-looking sticks in the sand.
Well, there's potential.
There's potential.
Well,
this whole property is nothing but potential. That's why you love it.
Yes.
I struggle more with it than he does. He just sees potential every day when he wakes up.
Yeah. Oh, it's a beautiful property.
Yeah, it is. But this really is the dream right here. Having cuttings stuck in the sand.
Yeah, at our old house. I couldn't imagine having this. So this is...
Oh my gosh, this is way more than we had there.
We were just doing it.
The dream was just waking up there, though.
Yeah. Having the irrigation set up with a timer and just having it actually functional.
Yeah.
And efficient.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically, all the land that direction is planned out to be propagation field.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. We'll have a section where we have potted plants, but for the most part, this is what we want. So at some point, you guys can buy rooted cuttings from us.
Yes.
That will be awesome.
That will be so cool.
So here's some of our first cuttings that we've ordered. So these are Nico Blue hydrangeas, and the blue rug junipers is the blue boulevard. These are sun golds.
It's true, there's things these photographs don't show. When she took my hand, dreaming as we ran, we used the stars in the sky as our map, singing, ooh, if you'll be mine, then ooh,
Shortly after we finished clearing the area for the chickens, something went wrong with the tractor. It was barely able to move forward and throwing quite a few codes.
So, just looking back through the inside of the back of the Bobcat and found this there. Alright, got the new belt. So, 7201 345. So we're about to work on replacing that old one.
Unfortunately, replacing the drive belt did not fix the problem. The tractor is throwing DEF codes, and Quinn needs to do more troubleshooting to try and figure out what may be causing the problem. With the late winter weather quickly fading away and early spring approaching, we needed to sow our grass seed while we still had the chance. So we planted what we could, which was about half of the cleared area, and decided to sow the rest when the tractor was fixed and the weather allows.